Hey everybody, this is the Iguanamente. It's designed to do chaos. Now, this is not going to be a video manual, but what this is going to be is just a quick getting started guide, right? And showcasing some of the sounds and the features that this thing has to offer. So, the default configuration for this is the course can be wherever it wants. These two knobs, right, the shape and the FM knobs should be as close to center as you can get them. And everything else should be pretty much to the left. All right, so if we listen to this. Right, we know what the chorus control does. The FM, this thing acts as a sort of fine-tune control whenever nothing's plugged into the FM input. Right, and you can use this also to get into lower ranges. So this is like an LFO, and this is a serious LFO, right? All right. The shape control, if you push it to the right, will start folding. Pretty cool. And if you push it to the left, it starts saturating. All right, and this is going to be very important as well because later on we'll see a lot of the controls, they do start to respond whenever the shape is in the center, but start to give like some extreme character when you push this to the left or the right. And so this is going to be super important. The radius does add a little bit of shaping to the regular oscillator, but sort of this really starts to shine both when we start introducing the cross modulation stuff and when we actually get the auxiliary oscillators, because this thing controls them. So let's actually bring the frequency up a little bit. Very cool. All right, so that's the oscillator section. The next section I want to look at is the delay section, right? And this is where we're really going to want to saturate this if we're just listening to it by itself. So we're going to add a little bit of saturation and bring the delay in. Now, when I say delay, we should really be thinking of this more as a sort of phase shifter. So it's a very, very tight delay that follows the pitch of the oscillators. So let's listen to that. Awesome stuff. So before we segue, what I was controlling there is the feedback and the frequency. Very cool. So it's also important to note that the frequency input is added together with this knob, okay? And this module only takes in it only takes in voltages from -5 to 5 volts. And so, of course, you can send it more than that, but it's not going to do anything with it. So if you have this knob all the way up, and then you send a positive voltage into the frequency input, you're not going to hear anything. or you're not going to hear any change, rather. So if you keep it in the just default position, this thing will do whatever you need it to do. This is a perfect segue into the cross modulation controls here at the bottom. And I like to think of these as just the things that are controlling the chaos. So let's cross modulate the delay time. Cool. So now we can do cross-frequency modulation. Super cool. All right, so the next thing that we'll try is the amplitude modulation. Nice. So as you can see, all of these controls give different flavors and types of textures and noise for this system. And you can see how easily all of these knobs really, yes, they technically only affect like one thing, but using these in conjunction with the cross modulation really sort of gives you a ton of interesting textures to play around with. So anyways, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.